Welcome to Just Puzzling. My name is Chris. Today we're going to do a New York Times Hard to Do code dated May 31, 2025. As always, we will try our best to explain how we go about it, but let's get into it. Alright, so I can see a 7 here and a 7 here. So one of those is a 7. A 7 here and a 7 here, so one of those two is a 7 there. We can see that a 3 is here, so I'm going to start marking 7 and 7, so start marking. We can see that one of these two is a 4, and that's really around this 4 and this 4 here. We can see that 9 can be down this column because of this 9 and this 9. We can see 1 can't be there because of that row. It can't be here because of that column, and it can't be here because of that column, because of the 1 and all that sort of stuff, which leaves me with a 1 being there. So we'll put that in, and we'll put in the 7. Okay, so what that's done is it's meant that I can figure out that the 9 is at the top and the 9 is at the bottom. For that, what else can we see? We can see that 1 will be at the top here. We can see that 7 can be one of those 3, obviously excluding the 1. Okay, we can also see that there's a 2 there, and that's around this 2 here and this 2 here. So that leaves those 2 cells there. 4. So 8 can be there or there. What else are we seeing at the moment? We can't see much at the minute. Alright, so we've got 3 there, we've got 8, so we can see that an 8 will be at the top here, and the reason for that is really around this 8 taking out that column, and this 8 taking out that column. Okay, so 8, 7, so 7 can be one of those. 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The rest will be there because I don't know about the 9s. Alright, so that's didn't really help a great deal. We can see here that the 7's there. We can tell you that the 1 is one of these 3, and that's really around this 1 here and this 1 here. You can see that 5 is going to make up all of them. So 3. Okay, 8. So 6. So 6 can't be in this column. 6 can't be in this row, so that leaves these as a 6, which means that over here, so because of that 6 there and the 6 there, that takes out these 2 rows of that cell. Then a column of 6 here leaves that 6 as a 6, and this is a 3. Okay, so we can see that 4 can't be in. We can see that 4 can only be in these 2 spots here, really because of that 4 there and the fact that they can't put a 4 there. So I'm going to clear out that 4, which leaves me with a 5. Highlight it properly and make that the 5. Okay, so 5 will not be in those cells. 5 can't be here, so it can't be in this column because of that 5. Can't be in that row because of this 5, so it leaves that 1 spot for the 5. Alright, and that leaves up here 2 spots for the 5 up here. What I've also got 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 can't be there, so that's going to make that potentially a 4. You can see here that 7 can't be there, so 7 is going to be there in this column, which means up here that's going to be a 7. And what that means to me is that's going to be a 9. Okay, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 there, which will clear out that 9, leaving that can only be a 2. So we'll make that in. We'll clear out the 2s, which leaves a 4 on its own, so a standalone 4, and then a standalone 9 if I delete the 4. Alright, so the other number that this can be is a 2, and because of that 2 there, that's going to be at the bottom, 2 and 5 there. Alright, so now I know that that's a 2. I also know that can't be a 5. Let's figure out what these two are. One of them's a 6, and because of that row there, that has to be the 6, which means the other number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. Maybe I should start working backwards. Interestingly enough now, 9 and 2 is there, 9 is 2 in there. That means that can only be a 9 and 2, so I've got to remove the 5 and make that a 9, leaving a 5 at the bottom here and a 5 there. Oops. We'll redo that because that's not what I wanted, and that can be a 5. So 7, 8, what's the other number? 3. So 3 is going to be at the top here, and 3 will be there. Okay, and then obviously we can have 7, 8. That, because of this 9 here, that can't be a 9, so we'll clear that up. Alright, what else are we seeing? So we're seeing that the 7 can't be in this row because of that 7. Sorry, column, and it can't be in this row because of that. Okay. So 1, 2 can go across there, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we've still got some work to do in terms of that. 6 can't be in this row. 6 can't be in this row, 6 can't be in this column. That leaves that as being a 6, which means that 6 can only be in this column because of this 6 and this 6. Can't be in that row, so that's the 6 there. Which leaves a 6 at the top, so we'll just put that in. Okay. 1, 2, 3. So 3 can go across there. 4 can go in there, across there. Excuse me. 5 can be across all of them. 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright. Okay, so we can see that 5 can't be here. So 5 can be in either of these two spots. 2. That can't be a 2. Never could have been a 2. Don't know why I mentioned that could be a 2. So we'll make that a 9 and that a 2. That leaves these two numbers here as a 2. Because of that row there, a 2 is going to be there. And that means that this is a potential 2 there. Okay, so 3, 7, 8. 8 can be everywhere. So that sort of stuffs that up. 9, 9. So 9 there. That got to be a 9. So that can't be a 9. So we'll clear that out. Means that's a 9. And means one of these two here are a 9. Okay. So 1 is there or there. 4, 6, 7. Okay, so 6 is up there, 6 is down there, 8 is one of those, 8 can be there, 9 is there, 1, 2, 3, so 3 can be all of those there. Okay, so let's start putting some numbers in. Alright, we're on the note, so that's can be a 1, because that, and these two can be a 1. 2's there, 3 can only be there because 3's got to be up there, 4 is up the top there, 5 is in the middle. Why can't that be a 5? Because 5 is down there, 6 is already there, 7 can be here, 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 or here. 8, it's really exciting because it can be in any of those spots, and 9's already taken care of. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. all numbers, and then 9. So 1, 2, 3. Well, we got with a 4, so 4 can be here or here. 5 can be there or the top row. 5. Not sure why I can't say it because of that there. So that can't be a 5 because of that 5 there. 6, 7, 8. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, top and bottom. 4 actually can be anywhere. Bit interesting. 4, 5 can only be there. 6 is already there. 7 can be in these 3. 8 is top 2 rows, and 9 is those 2 which I've already got. 1 can be here or here. 2, 3 can be top or bottom. 4 can be these. 5 is there. 6 can be the bottom only. 7's there. 8 can be those. And 9 is at the bottom. No, down the side there. Alright, interesting. So let's have a look at this. I've got 4 and 8 here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that makes sense. So that there can only be a 9 because it can't be an 8. So let's just, we'll clear out the 8s just to show you. So the 8 can't be there, the 4 can't be there, and a 4 can't be there. Also means that a 4 can't be across here. Okay, so, and 8 can't be across there. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start putting in the numbers. So that's a 9, that's a 7, this is a 4 here. Okay, and that leaves that the 7 and 9 can't be there. So we'll take out the 7 and the 9, leaving 2, 5. Alright, so 2, 5 makes sense, 2, 5 makes sense. 4, 8, 4, 8. Okay, what's interesting to me here is the 5 can't be there, so it's, oh no, there's a 5 there. Really good checking, Chris. You should do this for a living, being a checker. That's sarcasm. I'm not happy with myself. Alright, so what else have we got? We've got 7, 8, 2, 5, 2, 5, 3, 8, 1, 3, 8. So 6 can be there, 6 can be there, 3, 6, 9. So the 9, that can't be a 9. What does that do for me in terms of 9? So the 9, that's a 9 there. So 9, and that should be all the 9s, which it is. Okay, so 6 is at the bottom, 7 is at the bottom, so that's the only place a 7 can go. So 7's there, that leaves these two not being a 7. So that means that 7's there, so that means that these can't be a 7. Oops, that can't be a 7, so that leaves 7, 8 there. Only place for a 7 is actually there. So 7's there, 3, 6, so you're going to be, so see the 3, 6, 3, 6, so that's going to be an 8. That can't be an, oops, can't be an 8. So, and you can see that 1, 5, 1, 5, so 3 can't be in there, so 3's up the top there. So 3, that can't be a 1 because this is a 1, 5 pair there, so that's an 8. Let's clear the 8s out, which is such a pleasure. 8. I'm also going to clear the 8 out of here, so just to show you that that's going to be an 8. That'll be a 7. and 7, because of this 7, this 7, this 7, that's going to be a 7, which leaves 3, so we'll clear out the 7s out of there. That leaves that as a 7, and that leaves 3, 5, 1, 5 there. They can't be an 8. So 8 can be there. 8 is the top row there, so that makes sense. That can't be an 8 there, so let's clear that out. And the reason for that is because of that. 4, 5, 8. 3, 4, 5, 1, 5, so that sort of doesn't really help me. 3, 6, 3, 6. So 6 at the top there. 6 at the bottom there. Okay, that can't be a 4. So what does that do with me for the 4s? So the 4s are at the top there. The top and bottom there. Yep, so that's right. 1, 3, 3, 6, 1, 3, 6. You can't be a 3. And the reason you can't be a 3 is because of that. 1 can be there or there. Okay, so 3, 6, 3, 6, 3. So let's clear the 3s out of here. Okay, that because of that 3 there, that leaves that as an 8. So we'll take that. That means you can't be an 8. So 8, 8, 8. So we'll 8 that. We'll put a 4 there. That means a 4 can only be in this column. It can't be there. So 5, 6. 8 is there, 8 is there. 8 can't be in that, so let's clear out the 8 there. That leaves that can be the only place for an 8. 2, 3, so let's clear out the 3 out of there, because that can't be a 3. 1, 4, 5, so 1 is there. 2, 5, 2, 3. So we've got a triple here. 2, 5, 2, 3, 3, 5. So that means that that's not part of your triple, so that's going to be a 1. And what that means is this can't be a 1, 3. This is a 2, 3. This can't be a 1, 4, 1 because of that 1 there. So that's going to be my 1. That'll be a 4. That can't be a 4, so we'll make that the 8. We will clear out that 8, which we should have already cleared out. Okay, so 2, 5, you can't be a 1. So let's clear that out, which means that you are the 1 there. 1 there, right, which leaves that as a 5. So therefore, 5 can't be here. So we'll put that in as a 4. Because that can't be a 4, that must be a 5. Because that can't be a 5, that must be a 3. Because that can't be a 3, that must be a 4. Because that's can't be a 4, that must be a 3. So that's left those two. So that's a 3 there, right? Because of that leaves in that row a 2. So in here, I can't have a 5. Okay, so that's 1, 4 there. The 1's covered, so that's actually a 4. This is a 1. This can't be a 3, so that's a 5. So that's going down there. That can't be a 5, so that's a 2. That there is a 5. We've still got 3, 6, 3, 6. We've got a 1, which can't be a 1 there, so you are a 6, which means you're a 3, which means you there are a 6. You can't be a 6, so you're a 5, and you can't be a 4, so you're a 3. All right. There you go. We did it in a little over 19 minutes. I was a bit more descriptive in this puzzle. So let me know your thoughts on whether you want me to continue to be this descriptive or not. I just think it helps you see what I'm seeing. Anyway, another Sudoku, New York Times Sudoku put in the bag. And until next time, bye for now.